Welcome to my channel, SynTech Gaming. My name is Cindrix. I operate the page here on YouTube as well as the one over at facebook.com/SynTech Gaming. So make sure you check me out and follow and subscribe to both of those. We're going to be going over the developer live stream that happened today. I've chopped it up into a bunch of little sections in order to get that content to you super quick. New stuff that's coming to the game, the Elysium chest, including the keys that you can get from daily challenges, the loot and chest updates that they're doing in the game. They've removed some of the loading screens. We've got new legendary missions coming, which are replayable storyline missions, but have been updated for the replayability. They've also added new masterworks for each type of weapon in the game, which is really exciting, being shotgun, pistol, AR, that type of stuff. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments below so that I know to continue making videos like this, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for joining.
So we have Elysian caches coming, and Elysian caches are caches at the end of strongholds right after you kill the boss, and they require a key to open. So how do I get a key? Well, every single day there's one daily that rewards you a key, and one of the changes we've made is if AJ hits the daily trials here, it actually shortcuts you straight to show all of your dailies. Previously there was like one panel that showed you one of your dailies. And then we indicate exactly which daily here gives you the key. So if he clicks into Legendary Contract here, I can see, yep, there's the key. Once I get that key, I can go into a stronghold and open a chest, and what happens is it gives me a piece of vanity or crafting mats for everyone that is present. So one chest will spawn something for all 4 people. I can always see on my HUD, you'll also notice next to coin, if you back out all the way, that I have a little icon there. It shows how many keys I have at all times, up in the upper left-hand corner there. With all those coins, 2 million coins, well done.
Wow, someone's been hoarding. So it's after the boss, you said, in a stronghold that happens.
Yeah, so the chests won't spawn in until you kill the boss, and then instead of that quest countdown timer or mission countdown timer that hits right now, you have a little bit of time to go open the chests. If everyone opens a chest, everyone gets all 4 pieces of cash loot, or if only one person has a key, that's cool too, everyone still benefits. So this is for a limited time, so you want to get in there. You'll never get a duplicate vanity piece. They're all exclusive to these chests, so once you get it, you've gotten it. It's not gonna, there's no dupes or anything like that. And there's lots of crafting mats in there. There's bundles of, I think, 30 masterwork embers at a time. So good stuff in there to go chase. The first of which, not loot related, is we're not gonna let you start into a stronghold more than about 2 minutes into it. So no more starting at the monitor. I'm really sorry. I know that's a bummer. But the loot itself, previously on bosses, we had like 1 guaranteed masterwork, or depending on the difficulty, so GM2 would have a couple. But as everyone noted, that also prevented you from rolling a legendary. So what we've done is we've still maintained that 1 guaranteed masterwork, but we do additional rolls on the boss now, and it's uncapped. So you have a good chance of a legendary, and you should see more things coming off the boss. In addition to that, the chests that you see around in strongholds, even in free play, they've gotten a little bit of a boost as well, so you should see some more items coming from those.
So where we're at right now, AJ, can you go ahead and go into the forge? So basically now, okay, so check this out. If you notice there, he didn't hit any loading screen. It just went right in. And
seems pretty quick.
Also, you notice you can get to it from the main menu. So if you back out from this menu 1 second, you can also access it from, if you just go into the options, you can just go right into it anywhere from in Fort Tarsis now. So,
and are those my components?
Oh yes, on the side now you can see all the components you've got equipped, so you don't have to go in and say, oh, what do I have equipped? You can just see it from right here. The other new thing, which is legendary missions. So we talked about this a little bit before, but essentially legendary missions are crit path, missions that you've done before. Once you did them once, that was it. You could never go back and do them again. So we've made the ability now where once a day there will be a legendary mission available, and it just cycles through randomly which one it'll be every day. Good news is you can run it as many times as you want. So if you're like, oh, I already ran it, but a friend needs it, you can still run it again and still get rewards at the end. I believe there's a chest you get at the end.
There's a chest at the end. There's also, what we've done is put in at least one apex creature, and what an apex creature is Ursix Titan Luminary and Fury. Yes,
yeah,
that's
there
correct.
we go.
Anyway, what makes a legendary mission a little different is we took off the bookends, as we call them, which is the conversations you would have in Fort Tarsus at the beginning and the end. So you don't have to go get these missions. They're just on your map every day. You can repeat them pretty quickly. And then during the mission, we've actually amped up all the encounters. We've made them, basically balanced them to a full party, and we've made the encounters more difficult. So if you've noticed a difference between, say, a contract and a legendary contract, that's sort of the difference you can expect, except these things are tuned just below strongholds. So they should be a new kind of pretty challenging piece of content. And I believe we are coming out with 6 different missions. And as Jesse said, there will be one available each day, but you can run it as many times as you'd like. Next day, new mission. Run that as many times as you like.
So 104 is our next update, which we're aiming for it to come out next week. So for one, a lot of people have been asking about NVIDIA DLSS support. It's here. It arrives next update. Setting under video for PC players. So video here, and then you see a new tab here, field of view.
Is that FOV? Look at that. So there's lots of ways to tweak your FOV. We've got on the ground, zoomed, pilot. I don't need to read them all, but really cool.
So another one, we've made some performance improvements. This one's kind of interesting. So the patch note is we've improved performance on gameplay effects that we're updating or running often to reduce performance strain. So for example, things like weather, the time of day, the UI. I don't know how that is really on the back end, but basically it's done in a way now that should help improve performance for some players.
Yeah, and when we say we're always improving performance, that's true. There's, no one's ever finished, and so we have some changes here that should improve your experience, and we're just gonna, keep doing it every single patch.
Any more to the story? I'll answer that one. So for some people who look at social media, a lot of the actors who portray the characters in Anthem were recently doing another mocap session. So I think that kind of speaks, that we're doing more story.
Yep. We've made salvaging a little snappier in the vault, I believe.
Yep.
But again, that's just one step in the right direction. There's a lot of things we want to do there, but hopefully you'll see a difference where you can pretty rapidly.
The way I understand it now is before you would have to hit it and you see an animation, it was almost the same time if you just salvaged it straight from your menu after an expedition. So now it actually will be as you tap it, it's pretty much instant. Yep. So it should be way faster. Components dropping for other javelins. So I know this has been talked about in the community a lot where people are, they're playing an interceptor and they finally get a legendary and then it's for a Colossus. Team's looking into it, what's going on there. I don't have any answers yet, just team is aware and they're investigating what's going on there. There is a small % chance you can get a component for another javelin. That's the way it's intended. So this is just a preview of some of the stuff for the notes. This isn't everything that we're talking about here on stream. So you're aware of how big this update is. I think when I got done putting the patch notes together, they were 13 Word doc pages. A lot of changes for components for javelins, pretty much buffs across the board from what I saw in a lot of things, which made me smile.
No, so we've done a pass and removed a lot of fog walls, especially the biggest offenders in strongholds. So we're pretty confident you should not run into many, if at all. But there's always a chance there's one left. But I think we've hit almost all of them.
Yeah. So. Yep. Definitely some improvements there. And for players that are running into that issue in Temple of the Scar, if you do get stuck, you can select to respawn on your squad after the encounter's finished. It will move you ahead. We're still working on quick play, improving that with a lot of the missions. I know players are reporting they get in there, that Dominion spy, like I joke around that he was hiding really, really good because you couldn't find him. But so a lot of those issues fixed. And as an extra precautionary, what the team has done is once a quick play mission has reached a 15-minute timer, you can't matchmake into it anymore. Yeah. So if in the chance that one does break, you won't keep getting put into that same one over and over and over. So if you were in a down state and you got your 30-second timer counting down, and someone attempted to revive you, and then they stopped, your timer would go back up to 30 seconds. So that is fixed. Let's see, we've done more fixes. I was actually talking to the team today on crashes that players were experiencing still. We fixed a lot more of different kind of scenarios that could cause you to crash. Sometimes there'd be that one player in the group, they would be unable to interact with anything, whether it be reviving another player or
a room or
anything, they wouldn't be able to, so that is also fixed.
We've increased for all javelins the max thrusters by about 20%, and we've decreased the overheat duration.
That one is
by 20%. So yeah, when you do overheat, you shouldn't overheat. It'll take longer to overheat, and when you do overheat, it should be for less time that you're down.
Yep.
So, you know, especially with the storm hovering players like myself, that's a big one. That helps quite a bit.
Yep. So like, yeah, that went down pretty quick, and if you've been noticing whenever AJ's flying around here that it takes a lot longer to overheat. So I can only imagine, and that's across all javelins, so I'm sure storms can just kind of really go to town with flying around even more.
I don't necessarily have components equipped that would extend that either.
Oh yeah, and AJ doesn't have components. I believe there's a universal component added in 103 that increased like flight duration by another 50%. So I mean, with that combined, you can just really fly around for a long time.
Yep. I see a lot of people asking about, at least on Mixer, about waypoints on the map. You know, we talk in general about we want to improve the nonverbal communication tools in Anthem, and that would include everything from you know, like waypoints on the map, or a way to communicate with somebody that's not just, you know, miming an emote. So, you know, definitely on our radar, definitely things we're looking into and building to. I don't have any specifics to share, but we hear you, and we're working towards it.
He's not pressing the button multiple times, so an improvement we've made, we heard player feedback, they don't like having to mash all the time. So once you start mailing with the interceptor, you can just press it once and hold it, and you can just change the direction where you want to go.
Just a blade machine now.
Now, I did hear that doesn't apply to the ultimate.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do changes across the board, probably. So let us know feedback if you like still when you have that ultimate, just, you know, if it feels good, or if you'd like, no, I just want to hold the button down on that too. I mean,
just chain around.
We're listening. There are lots of changes to components and gear for all javelins. So best defense damage just increased across the board, I think 25%. It's either 20 or 25%. We are adding more universal components also.
Yeah, they're kind of targeted towards weapon and gunplay. So, you know, a couple of examples. Let's see. I like acid slugs, which is a it's a shotgun-oriented one. So enhanced shotgun ammunition and increases damage. And if you hit 7 shotgun shots in a single burst, it applies acid on the target.
I want to say some of the masterworks are being buffed also. I was looking through the notes.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of specifics, which makes up a lot of the pages of the patch notes, but especially for individual items. I see a lot of individual items being asked about. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but there's a whole lot of fixes there and buffs.
Yep. Any other?
Yeah, someone asked about the acid slugs, what that is. It's a universal component, so that's added to the pool. There's one for each weapon that's been added, so...
So I see this one. I'm not gonna dodge it. People are talking about the display bug with armor. So the team is still working on it. They've made some improvements so that it should. They've identified some of the things that were causing it. And it was, for those who were talking about it, there were 2 sides of it. There was a UI side to where it looked like you would have more or less health, and then the other one was you functionally would have less health.
Yep.
So I believe we've addressed most of that in the next update. But let us know if you see anything weird. But otherwise, you know, we hope we've got it all. People are asking about Ranger updates. Like I said, all javelins across the board with their components and abilities have been pretty much buffed in some way from what I've seen. There might have been one that was like a slight decrease. I'm trying to remember what it was, but overall, like everything got pretty significantly boosted. A couple of abilities changed too. I know there was one on Colossus that made it so when you got hit, it increased like your like heat reduction or something like that, which, you know, was kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. But now it's when you get hit, you just start doing more damage. Same with the masterwork flamethrower. I forget the name of it. But basically, before on kills, it would start doing more damage. Now on hit, it starts doing more damage. So it's like the numbers went down on that, but now you don't have to kill things. You can just stack it right away from hitting things.
Yeah, we are looking at luck and we're thinking about it. Nothing to share. I have my opinions about luck, and they are probably similar to yours, but we're just trying to solve it the right way.
I see someone asking here, support gear masterwork. So, good question. Team is working on it still. Just want to make sure it's, it's good, it's solid, it's not just, another gear piece. So more on that later.
Yep, I see a lot of achievement fixes questions too. And yep, we have a lot that we're investigating. There isn't any really 1 or 2 achievements that are a problem. There's just a lot of different ones for different people. So it's complicated, but we are definitely investigating all of them to see if we can get a fix in for you. But nothing that I know of in this next in the patch next week.
People asking about a stat screen, like Ben has said on previous streams. Team is looking at all ways we could possibly do that.
Yep.
I think we agree it's something we would like to do, but we're we don't want to just throw something together and it doesn't meet the quality bar.
I just saw someone ask about the Bryn Quest bug, which I believe is the one where it disappears off of your map, if that's the same one. There's a similar one with strongholds, where some people, it could disappear off your map and you wouldn't be able to pick a stronghold. We do have that fixed for this next patch, and it should be fixed, I believe, for not only strongholds, but also contracts and other places it was popping up.
Yeah.
So, you should also start seeing more Masterwork Embers dropping in general from bosses, especially GM2-3,
Yeah.
but also from chests in the world. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, those the increased drops from the bosses is coming in the patch next week. Is what we're talking about.
And that does the increased drops, as I understood it, it does apply to GM 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
It won't apply to normal or hard.
So yeah, entering into the Forge, it's a pretty often used thing. So we've essentially made this, if he hits Activate Forge, it's essentially instant.
Yep.
One step in the right direction. Also, as you notice, we've been hearing a lot about stat screen, as you mentioned earlier. One small step towards that point is we add, all the components in this view. You can see we're building towards a direction there. So.
Another thing I know we made some improvements on, I've seen a lot of people reporting the pilot data error.
Mm-hmm.
So we've made some more improvements there, so should encounter that less frequently.
Yeah.
Let's see, people want more customization. So actually, I saw some people wondering why we had, I believe it was Storm and Ranger that had the new armor packs.
Yep.
And then they're like, okay, well, where's Interceptor and Colossus? They're coming. I believe they're coming with this next update.
Someone asked about consumable organization. I believe we have sorting by rarity and name as the first step in this patch, automatically sorted. And so, but again, and I've commented on this on Reddit, there's a lot of opportunities with consumables, and so this is just one step. We've heard you on things like, the ability to craft multiple at once, or how the flow is a little strange. We're working on that and looking into how we can smooth that whole thing out.
Yeah, people asking what's going on with SLI. I believe that's probably still being worked on. I know Chad talked about that before.
Yep.
Oh, open the map a second, where you're at right here.
Yeah, check out your map.
So you see, now you can, I don't know if we had that before.
I don't believe so.
I don't think we did, but now it shows the area of where a free play event is. So I believe even if you were to die and respawn, it would show you where that is still, I believe. So you can, get back there and you're not like lost in the world. Oh, some people are like, it was there before. Well, if it was, it's still there.
Absolutely.
So strongholds are probably, I'd say, the best way to get loot after the update.
Yeah, and the changes we made last week do apply to all difficulty modes, which is those legendary creatures dropping more and better loot.
Oh wait, AJ found water.
We found deep water.
He found deep water. Okay. Is this the, oh yeah, see, it seems smoother there to me. Anyway, I don't know if anyone else thinks it looks smoother, but. Dolphin dive.
Dolphin Scepter.
So field of view only for PC? Yes. Just for performance reasons, I think, mainly. Question, can we have more inventory space?
Yeah, we're investigating that. You know, inventory space isn't free on the back end in the database, so we're looking at anything we can squeeze out of it right now to see what we can do. So no promises, but we're definitely trying.
Yep, we're not going to hide it. Someone's like, NPC vanished. Yes, it did. Which, I don't know if we talked about it. So sometimes there can be different things that can cause enemies to despawn. So like when a world event pops up, one of the things that would happen that really sucked is if you're fighting a Titan and then a world event appeared and someone else activated it, your Titan would disappear.
Yep.
But now that doesn't happen anymore.
Yep, we have that fixed for this patch.
Yep.
Next patch, so enjoy your sweet Titan loot.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. So we hope you got a lot of information out this and you can know what to expect in the next update. Our next stream will be a couple weeks probably.
Enjoy the Elysian caches, enjoy the legendary missions. I think they're a lot of fun. So let us know though. Let us know what you think.
Keep the feedback coming. We're listening and we make changes based off of what everyone likes to see.
We read basically everything.
Everything. I read everything.
Yep.
All right. Thanks everyone. Till
Thanks
next time.
a lot.